What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MULN stock.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And in today's video, first of all, I will show you where we are on the price chart and how we caught again this movement to the downside, during which this asset lost about 17 or even 20% of its value. Then I will continue with the fundamental news. I will show you why this price action happened. And at the end of this video, I will share my thoughts and my technical analysis. And I will show you what should we expect next. So let's start with the price chart. I made my previous video right here at this point, right after this asset had this quite harsh spike for about 23%. And I have to say that I caught this movement to the tick. I've told you several times at this moment when I made the video somewhere here. I've told you that this asset should have a spike, and this spike might hit some previous swing highs. And as you can see, it hit pretty much this range of resistance. If you don't count on this week, you can see that it hit it to the tick at around $1.46 or $48 mark. And previously I've told you that this asset is very risky because it doesn't have good fundamentals, and this asset should go lower and you shouldn't buy it in the long-term perspective. And on my previous video, I've told you that right after this spike, we still have all chances to hit lower price targets, and probably we will break $1 mark. And for now, we didn't break it, but I have to say that the upcoming week will be the breakout. On the upcoming week, we will see this breakout below this range. And I have to say that a lot of people are still trying to tell me that I'm wrong and I don't know nothing about this company. This is a very attractive company from the fundamental standpoint, but guys, don't get me wrong. You cannot rely on the company that is in consistent downtrend for several years, and fundamentally you cannot count on it because of its fraudulent nature. They just pretend to be an auto manufacturer and they do nothing at all in order to help their existing shareholders and in order to even start a production. So let's continue with the fundamental news. The latest news, let me show you their official press release, was made on May 18th. And it stated, MULN trades above $1 minimum bid price requirement for 10 consecutive days. This means they are on safer territory, and this requirement is the Nasdaq listing rule, because if the company trades for more than 10 days below $1, it will be delisted right after the extension of 180 days. And despite this, this company is still in downtrend. And let me show you the latest news. You can find this article on Investor Place, and it says, MULN Stock Alert. MULN is on the short sell restriction list today. And this is quite a tricky rule, because this rule makes impossible the short selling on the particular stock until the first spike in its price happens. And definitely, on the one hand, it might help the company not to lose the substantial amount of its value, but it is not the MULN case. And let me show you this article that was published just yesterday and is titled, MULN Stock. MULN's 10Q reveals how close bankruptcy might be. And this is a very important and very well written article. You have to read it by yourself and make your own conclusion. All the facts that you can read here, you can easily find in the internet in their statements, and you can prove every word in this article. And let me show you just several facts. The main problem is their extremely high burn rate. They don't have any revenues and they burn up to $70 million during last 6 months. As you can see, $71.8 million. And they don't have any revenue. On top of that, they still have a massive dilution. And let me show you, for example, this one. MULN typically issues preferred shares and warrants to creditors in exchange for cash. These special class shares include as much as an 85% stock bonus. For every $100 a creditor deposit with MULN, they can expect to cash out for $185 when the warrants become exercisable. And because of this, MULN dilutes existing shareholders during just 2022 for about 161 folds. And definitely this massive dilution reflects on the price of this asset. On top of that, let me show you a very important statement. I have to say that on my previous video, Anti-Me, one of my viewers, pointed to a very important facts about MULN, and you can watch my previous videos and you can read all the comments, and there you can find this person, and shout out to him because he has done a very good due diligence on MULN, and he helped me a lot with some of my researches as well. And he also told me about this person. His name is post_hawk_ergo on the stocktweets.com website, and you can find him and read all of his tweets, all of his statements. And he pointed out on the very important thing. Let me show you his tweet. Just for your information on MULN USA. In announcing their partnership with Lawrence Hardge, they stated in a PR and SEC filing that in the late 90s, Lawrence was convinced of a state crime, which was ultimately expunged. Is this true? And let me show you this statement. It was made, let me show you somewhere here, on April 18th, 2023, and here is this sentence, which was ultimately expunged. And let me show you this tweet again, and here is the official document that was signed by the judge, Tony Walker Terrett, Circuit Court Judge, on March 25th, 2022. And right here you can find the sentence. Therefore, the court on its own motion hereby rescinds the order of expungement entered on May 6, 2021 and directs the parties to set this matter for a hearing so that the court can properly determine if Lawrence James Hardge is indeed rehabilitated in the spirit of the provisions of Miss Code and paragraph 99, 1971. So this means they lied in their official statement, and this means you cannot rely on this company based on just this one fact. On top of that, David Michery still keeps silent, and I have to say that he recently retweeted several tweets, basically 3 of them, that originally was published by Mullen Automotive official Twitter account, and he closed the ability to comment on this tweet. And this means he also don't want to interact with his own shareholders. And all of these facts on top of the previous facts that I disclosed recently, and you can watch every my video on this stock, and there you can find a lot of information that proves my words. On top of that, you can find this information that MULN will be removed from Russell. Basically, they already removed from Russell 2000 and 3000, and here is the official statement. And let me show you that first day of trading for the newly reconstituted Russell indexes takes place on Monday, June 26th. This means a lot of ETFs will sell their entire portfolio on MULN, and definitely it will ruin the price of MULN again. That is why I highly recommend you not to enter any long position with this asset. I just want to warn you that this asset doesn't worth your attention. And guys, don't get me wrong, I don't do these type of videos for money. Just imagine that if I make a video about MULN and about its movement to the upside, that it hit mind-blowing price targets, these videos might bring me much more attention and much more views, and this is how I can earn much more money. But instead of this, I'm still stand on my position that this asset doesn't worth your attention and you shouldn't invest in it, and I still stand on my position that if you have any position on MULN, just sell it and book your losses. Otherwise, you will lose the entire amount of your capital, because this is just an empty company and you cannot rely on it in a long and even medium-term perspective. So, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell. And see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gone live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you.